going to be talking about yesterday's game, or last night's game, Sunday. Imagine playing Sunday, 8 o'clock kickoff. It's a joke. No consideration for the fans whatsoever. Not one of the Borough fans sing F Sky Sports behind the goal every game. Anyway, we're going to go live here. Maybe a minute early, but there you have it. Hi, it's Burnley Slaven. Thanks for joining me on Facebook and YouTube Live. And thanks as always to the sponsors, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Advanced Utility Solutions, Friends, Smith and Friends Estate Agents, Heroes and Legends, GRS Insulation, Galaxy Blinds, Cornerstone Business Solutions, Dovecot, and TGM Cars. We knew there was going to be changes last night against Burnley. Some of them forced. Obviously, Van der Berg, he was out. Well, he gets sent off, didn't he? Rightly or wrongly sent off. Saul Bryn limped off. He's out for 3 months, isn't he? Dislocated shoulder, which is bad news. So the team last night that carried, we're always forever changing anyway, whether there's injuries or not. And it doesn't matter how good or bad you play, you can find yourself on the bench the following week. The team last night was Glover in goal, Borges and Dick Steele were the full-backs, Fry and Edmondson as two centre-backs, Bazog on the left, Doak on the right, Beleza and Hackney central, and Azaz and Latilaf was up front. Obviously Conway still out as well. On the bench was Connor, Clark, McGree, Jones, Gilbert, Hamilton, Engel, Hunt and McCabe. Excuse me. Getting into the game, they're in the rich vein of form. They've only lost 2 in 24. Well, going into last night's game, 24 games. They're the best defence in the league, only conceding 9. We've been good at scoring goals. I think we've scored something like 11 goals more than them getting into last night's game. But both teams came out last night. I think both, both lacked real conviction. Both looked content and happy if they got a draw. And that's how it petered out. There was a lot of play in the wrong areas. We had a few chances. First half with Bazog had a tame effort on target, and then a dope cross, back stick, header for Latilaf over the bar, and then Bazog, the keeper was messing about, came out the area, and Bazog ran on his blind side, got the ball and missed the target. And then second half, Azaz had a shot to a deflection, keeper made a good save. And then in the 76th minute, they had the best chance of the game. Should have won it, should have scored, but they didn't, thankfully. The ball switched for, I think it was central to outside right. His first touch is taken by the fullback. He's cut it back for the byline, cut it back. The lads in the 6-yard box, slight angle, just has to place it past the keeper, and he hit that pigeon off the roof, I think, thankfully. But I just thought there was no real conviction for either side. Neither did enough to win the game. I thought a draw was a fair reflection of the performance for both teams. Positive for us is a clean sheet, and we're still in the top 6. That's a big positive, because in the month of December we've played 6 and only won 1. That's not a great return, but we're still sitting pretty. And now we've got a few games coming up. Hull City, Cardiff, Portsmouth. They're all bottom 4 teams. So we must start picking up maximum points. People saying last night a draw is a good result. Not really. Not when you've drew against Plymouth or Kyle. Not when you've been 3-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday and threw away 2 points. It's all right, but 3 points out of 9. I'm sure the majority has wanted 6 or 7. But everybody's, loads of teams are struggling and misfiring and losing points when they should be winning them. But last night, clean sheet, still in the top 6. Although Blackburn Rovers and Watford, they've still got a game in hand, but they have to win them. But as I say, the next 3 games, we should be looking for at least 7 points. Wayne Matthews says, Bernie, any updates on any players coming back from injuries? What's up with Senny, meaning Dieng? He gets dropped now and has disappeared, and who gave Carrick the black eye? Well, Wayne, the word in the street, I don't know for definite, but Carrick's get this smart. It's meant to be a skin infection. It's possible. We see Pep with skin things and under a wee bit of pressure. Might be part of the course, part of the job. It's not quite his eye, is it? It's his cheek. But anyway, I don't know That's what I've heard. It's a skin complaint. Fine. Dieng, don't know where he's went. What is his injury? Where did he get injured? I don't know. The Dieng one's a strange one. And the young lad last night coming in, he did all right. I mean, there was one that came in. Was it the second half when the guy brushed him off the ball? Big centre forward banged into him, and the ball fell and he hit it. And I think Dale Fry just hit him here on the shoulder. They were trying to claim a penalty, but wasn't to be. Yeah, Glover's still. Well, he's Australian, isn't he? He's an Australian lad. Is he Australian American? Anyway, he's one or the other. But he's third choice, and obviously Saul Bryn, we hope and pray he's back sooner rather than later. But Carrick was quoted as saying that he could be out for up to 3 months. Then where is he gone? He's not even on the bench. So hopefully Dieng gets back in action, because with Saul Bryn out, we need probably Dieng back more than we need Glover, and that's not been disrespectful to Glover. He is obviously lacking experience. And there's some massive games coming up. What did you think? You going to the game yesterday or last night, it was surreal. 8 o'clock Sunday night. I was thinking, this is a joke. A lot of the fans didn't buy into it. A lot of fans never turned up. They might have for their season tickets and thought, to hell with it. Sunday night, you're joking, 8 o'clock. And this is one of the downsides. You know, clubs up and down the country always portray, oh, we're all for the football club and it's part of the... And then when it comes, so if I'm a season ticket holder, I buy my season ticket holder, look at it, well, I have to question the sanity now, because you should know the gig by now. Because once the fixtures come out, they chop and change accordingly to please clubs and Sky and TNT or whoever else, Prime, whoever's doing the games. And then the fan is left to pick up the pieces. Maybe got to work the next morning, doesn't suit them. Maybe they booked a game away, it changes, and they're booked a hotel, they lose the money. No, nobody considers it. They pretend to do, but they don't give a flying. And that's why the fans behind the Borough fans behind the goal always sing F Sky Sports. There's no consideration for the fans. Don't think Burnley look like auto promotion. We need to kick on and win the next 3 minimum. Bodanovic. I'll just call you Buzz. Buzz, 7 to 9 points is what we must get in the next 3 games. You know, we're playing 3 teams. They're all sitting in the bottom 4. But Plymouth are rock bottom, and we were winning, and they came back and get 3 each. We shared the point. Then the next week, was it the next week or the week after, they're going to get pumped 5, was it? Hi Burnley, 3 games, 3 points, not good enough. Oh no, 3 points out of the last 3 games is not good enough. Especially when you analyse it and you look, Plymouth are going bottom of the league. Hopeless. Wayne Rooney, he's hanging on by a thread to his job. I don't wish anybody the sack, but he's not doing the business. So we're winning there, and they come back and score 3. Then we go Sheffield Wednesday at home. We're at Barcelona first half, and it was an absolutely delight watching Middlesbrough, Christmas time, and then the second half turned into a horror show. It became Halloween. It was frightening. It was scary to go 3-0 to 3-3. So that's another 2 points out the window and down the River Tees. And then yesterday, as I said, neither team for me deserved. Did I enjoy the game yesterday? No, I didn't enjoy it. Never enjoyed the game. Talking a couple of my former teammates over the years, different eras, I was asking anybody to enjoy it. No, none of us enjoyed it. It was like a game of chess. It was fairly boring. You know, nobody wanted to give away a goal. We wanted to show we can keep a clean sheet, which is a rarity, and we achieved it. But you can see why they've only let 9 goals in, because they were blocking everything, getting bodies in front, putting their bodies in the line, getting back and numbers. And as I say, they limited us and we limited them. But as a spectacle, I'm sure we're on Sky at 8 o'clock on a Sunday. I'm sure half the people who don't invest in Middlesbrough or Burnley would have switched off or went out and had a drink. As I say, it wasn't a game for the purists. Excuse me, a bit cold. This draw doesn't cover the Plymouth and Sheffield Wednesday results. No, it doesn't, Colin. People are in denial. People kid themselves. Oh no, it's a good point against the team that's up there. But as somebody says earlier, I don't think Burnley will be top 2. I don't think they're going to. If I was betting man, which I'm not, I would say Sheffield United under Chris Wilder, or former manager. I hate to say it, but I think he'll be in the top 2, and I think Leeds will be the other one. But Burnley will be in the playoffs. But if the likes of we meet them, say, in the playoffs, I can't see them really coming out and attacking us, can you? And if they don't attack us, then... See, last night we could have went gung-ho and thought, do you know, like we play against other teams, let's go for it. Go for the jugular, throw me off. And I like that, but we were very cautious last night. I think if we opened up, they might have punished us. So, but it wasn't... As I say, it wasn't a game for the purists. It wasn't super exciting. Loads of people in the ball, but not doing anything with it. Flattened to deceive. Goalkeeper situation's a big worry. It is, Jason. You know, over the season, people's questioning Deng. Is he good enough? He's messing about in the ball too much. His distribution's poor. He's getting chipped for 30 yards. We want Saul Brennan. Saul Brennan comes in. Lo and behold, he's injured. You know, the lad's been waiting for 2 years to get a chance. You know, he'd been out on loan and doing well and came back and back out on loan. And then he's in between the sticks on merit, and Carrick stuck by him for the last few games, and lo and behold, he's out for 3 months. So Dieng, whatever's happened behind it, I don't know what's happened. Maybe it's injury. Maybe he's not feeling good. Maybe there's been a ding-dong. I don't know. No, loads of rumours swirling, but it is rumours. But whatever's going on, Dieng has to come back. As I said, Glover, I don't know enough about Glover. I've not seen enough of him to say he's good, bad, or indifferent. I don't know much about the kid. But I know yesterday he kept a clean sheet. Another one, why did Glover punch a high cross back into the danger area and it took Fry to save us from a goal? Colin Fry. Well, I mentioned that, Colin. They say the ball's come in, the Keaters went up, he has punched it or get nudged off the ball, but it was play on and the lad hit it, and Dale Fry, I think he hit his shoulder, left or right shoulder. Because it was goal bound, because the keeper was at the game. As I say, it's difficult for young Glover. He's third choice, all of a sudden he's number one there. Ashley Wayman says, good performance from Dale Fry. Yeah, I thought Dale was good last night. Don't forget, he was out nearly a year. He's a local lad. He's been in and out of the team under 3 managers. I did question, despite him signing a 4-year contract last year, if he's going to be around. But he is. And I think I think him and Van der Berg are number 1 centre-halves at the minute. But that could change. Well, it will change with the rotational system. Good performance, Dale Fry. Great to have him back, his best. On the other hand, Hackney has been distinctly below par for a few games now. He's definitely not a captain. He picks up silly bookings with shit pulling. Ashley Wayman. Yeah, look, I'm a fan. But I think you're right. I think Hayden Hackney's went off the boil a bit. I think Doak's been huffing and puffing as well. There was wee blusters last night. Couple of previous games under par. And I think Hackney, he's not a captain. If I'm Johnny Howson or Ailing, who's played hundreds of games, top professionals, I know neither's in the team, but if it was somebody else there with vast experience, and you've got a young lad that, like Hackney, 21, 22, whatever, shouting instructions, you think, hold on a minute, kid, you've only played a handful of games. I know he's played a season, but he's not played hundreds of games. So, maybe it's getting to him. Maybe the captaincy's getting to him. Maybe he didn't want it. Maybe he's just been handed it and thought, I can't turn it down. You know, he'll wear it with pride, no doubt, because he's a local lad. But I don't think he should be captain. I don't think he's a leader. Vocally, I don't see him shouting or clencing the fist or pointing the finger. I don't see him doing any of that. And his passing has been iffy. I'm sure the boy knows that. I'm sure Hackney's an honest enough kid to think, yeah, I've not been playing that well. Some of the passing's awful, yeah. In the last few games, not just last night. Can I get that? I'll keep going. Mohammed, hi Mohammed. Hello Burnley, Joseph Slavin, you okay? I am Mohammed. Good point last night. Wanted to win. Goalkeeper are out. Goalkeeper's out. I think Dieng is on his way. I would sign Darren Randolph, who is looking for a club. Well, Mohammed, I was a Randolph fan. I thought Randolph was probably the best keeper we've had since Swatzer. I'm no goalkeeping expert. I've put a few by goalkeepers, i.e. the ball. But I thought Randolph was a very good keeper. But would I go for Randolph? No. I keep saying this. People say Randolph. Somebody last night says, what about getting Giles? No. We're not a charitable club. They leave because they're ambitious. And when it doesn't work, and more money, and when it doesn't work out, they want to come back to us. We're not a charity club. You leave for a reason, and if you leave, that means you don't want to play for us. I laughed when people says, oh, Lucky Laugh, he's going to be off, his agent's been down talking to West Ham. Well, that's what agents are for, isn't it? Agents go and try and tout you to get rid of you, to get you a move. He gets a few quid and the player gets a few quid and a longer contract. That's what goes on in the game. Behind the scenes, clubs tap players. Oh, goes on. You know it does. Nobody's going to admit it. It goes on. But I remember Janino. Nobody mentioned it at the time. Janino, I loved Borough. He'd been here before. He talked about coming back. I loved Borough. And then he was caught with his pants coming down and coming out of Aston Villa. It was all over the national papers. You know, we seem selective when we're criticising people. It's no Lucky Laugh that went to West Ham to talk. It was his agent. It wasn't Lucky Laugh. It was Janino that went to Aston Villa. Probably with his agent. Yeah, so, as I say, some people are just selective. We need a striker. Even if Lucky Laugh stays, highly doubtful though. Cheers, Bernard. It's for AJ Styling, is it? What was I going to say? So, I still think Lucky Laugh will go in January. But now I'm thinking, I don't know Conway, I don't know exactly what his injury is. I mean, we've guys just go off, we don't know the injury and end up out for a season and all that. Many players has that happened to over the last 2 years. It's been absolute farcical. But if Conway wasn't to declare himself fit again, surely we cannot let Lucky Laugh go. That would be just shooting yourself in the foot. That'd be suicidal. There's no way we're going to get into the try and get into the top 6 if Lucky Laugh goes and Conway's still injured. I still think Lucky Laugh, Conway will recover whatever his injury is. I still think somebody will come in for Lucky Laugh and we will cash in. And as I say, I'm not privy. I'm only using my gut and what I think. And then we'll end up getting somebody in loan or something. Somebody we don't really know, and it might take 5 months to settle in. By that time, it's too late. That's my fear, January. If I was Carrick, I'd be concerned. Because we know that's what we are. We've been a selling club since I arrived, way before I arrived, so it's nothing different. And if I was a money man, I would be probably doing the same thing. But I'm a fan, and I don't want to lose Lucky Laugh. I want to get in the top 6. And if we've not got Lucky Laugh and we get an average player in to replace him who doesn't hit the ground running, we ain't getting in the top 6. So, and then it weakens Carrick's CV if he doesn't make top 6. The players will be thinking, I've let Lucky Laugh go, a top striker, top scorer last season, top scorer this season, he's on fire. And by the way, his attitude again last night was top draw, first class. Closing down, harassing, holding up, spin, lay. Brilliant. Brilliant. What has happened to Carrick's face? Mohammed, look, people saying, oh, somebody threw a boot, oh, he's got a skin complaint. I don't know. I've been in dressing rooms, loads of things going, nobody ever hears about him, but obviously it doesn't look good, but hey, so what? He's alright, isn't he? Get Adam Cresswell on loan from West Ham, good experience left back, never gets in West Ham's team. Now, about your superior knowledge, I don't know enough about the kid. Yeah, so, if Michael Carrick was that, if he was trying to hide the mark on his face, he would get to come out and do the press conference, and he's in front of the press every opportunity. So he's not trying to hide. Plymouth have lost 6 out of the last 7 games, and they drew with us. They lost 4-0 to Coventry, and yesterday they lost to Coventry. They lost 2-0 to Oxford. Oh, I know, but as I say, in the month of December, this month, obviously the next game is going to be New Year, we drew against Burnley, 1-1. We lost against Leeds 3-1. Millwall we won 1-0. Plymouth 3-3. Sheffield Wednesday 3-3. And yesterday 0-0. So 1-1 and 6. But we're still sitting pretty. But there is games in there you thought we were Stonewall or sets to win. And then especially when you're 3-0 up, you've got it in the bag. You've already got it on the board. We should know better. I think Doak and Hackney need resting for a game or two. Graham Kennedy. I would still play Doak because I don't think we've anybody to replace him. I still think Jones is still not at his best when he does come on. He was alright yesterday, but I think the Jones of old still hasn't came to the fore. So I would still stick with Doc Hackney. If Morris comes back, then you could give Hackney a rest. Him and Belazer, or yeah, that's up to, as I say, it's the sports science that dictates. So what happens? So some people go to the games, don't really know who's on, right? So I'm Carrick. The sports scientists will come with the data and say, there's your team, Michael, who played against Burnley. There's your data. He's lacking in this, he's not doing this, he's run that mileage, it's below par, I think he needs a rest. And Michael Carrick, usually the same as all coaches up and down the country, will bow to it because they're meant to be superior knowledge. For me, it's too much information. I've asked a player straight, how are you feeling? You feeling good? Are you up for it? You're in. That's it. But no, the modern game, the sports scientist does that to the coach. The coach, if he plays on the coach and he gets injured, then he gets in trouble, or somebody says, oh, well, I told him to leave him out. But I tell you what, the sports scientist won't get sacked. It'll be the coach. So you keep bowing to the sports scientists, Carrick and every other coach in the country, but if it goes tits up, coach carries the can, sports scientist goes hiding. Oh, nothing to do with me. And yet he's the one that's giving him all the data, telling him, oh, he needs a rest, or he's blew a gasket. That's the way it is up and down the country. And it happens at Middlesbrough, of course it does. Everybody's doing it. Again, nobody can take outside the box for themselves. They all follow each other. Then apparently give Carrick them bruises in his face, Mohammed. Look, tittle tattle. I've been in Teesside long enough and come from a big city in Glasgow. The rumours were rife every day of the week, especially regarding certain Rangers players. There was always rumours, there was always bust-ups, there was always black eyes, there was always somebody. And the majority was just pie in the sky. So I'm not buying into that. Yeah. That's what I've heard. Keith Williams saying, dang, apparently gave Carrick the bruises. Well, he's not on the team. So why is he not in the team? Did the local press, I don't listen to local radio or read local press. Did they not ask Carrick, what happened to your face? Has he answered the question? Can you tell me? Because I don't listen to any of that. Has he been asked the question, what happened to your face? Somebody told me it was a skin complaint. I'll buy into that. Hi Bernie, hope you had a good Christmas, and you, Stephen Horn. I really don't know what team are going to turn up every week. So inconsistent. Yeah, but we're so inconsistent because we keep chopping and changing the team. The centre-backs must settle down now, surely. You know, we've got Edison and Fry yesterday. Let them settle. We kept a clean sheet. Don't change it, Michael. Keep the same centre-backs we're playing Hull City. Let them form a partnership. Let them get in a run, in a row. Stop changing. The more changing, the more confusing we're getting. I mean, yesterday, good clean sheet, rarity, but we didn't go to win the game. We had a couple of half chances, but we didn't go all out like Boris style, like Carrick style. We didn't fanny about at the back, so that's complimentary to them. There was none of this messing about and that. I want to see him play Jones left. Yeah, Chris, somebody mentioned this to me a couple of weeks ago on here, and I would disagree with that. Somebody different in there. Jones, you're on the right, but you're not going to get in there because Doc's doing the business. But I'll tell you what, left side, we're going to give you a crack at it. We played Hamilton there, we played McGree there, we played Big Buzzog there. You're getting a chance, set the header of light, you're in. And I think you could be a handful there, cutting in on his favourite foot. So we want to see Jones and Chris Andrews, give the team more balance and play both strikers up top, Latty Laughing Conway. We would give teams many more problems. What happened to the old 4-4-2? Proper wingers, both sides. Chris, meh, sheep. Everybody's a sheep. All the coaches are sheep. We all do the same thing. Nobody thinks outside the box. Fed up saying it. Same old. The corner kicks. I'm sitting with ex-pros the last game and last night, and we keep saying corner kicks against every player. So if it's Middlesbrough, every Borough player is in for defensive corners in our own box. No outlet. In my day, you had 2, which meant they brought 3 back, 4 including their keeper, and there was an outlet. But because somebody goes, oh, the stats tell you that they score a lot of goals from this, so we get every player in the box. Everybody just does the same stuff. And people say the game's more exciting these days. You're having a laugh, aren't you? Even in Burnley, this is for Mally Hanley. Hiya, Mally. Even Burnley, Happy New Year from Toronto. Happy New Year to you. It's not here yet, but Happy New Year. Not sure the story with Senny Dieng. Thoughts in January. Additions, and looks like we may need a goalkeeper. Cover. Also left back. Right back. Defender. Aidan Morris can do with a Jamie Pollock type midfielder. Will Josh Coburn be recalled up the borough? Well, I don't think Josh Coburn will be recalled. He's still got the metatarsal. When you say metatarsal, some people think you're talking about your backside. It's the bone on top of your foot. Never had it in my day, and then I think it was Wayne Rooney many years ago came out, oh, you met a Beckham, metatarsal, this was the name then, the buzzword, metatarsal, everybody started getting metatarsals, never heard of them. But anyway, so the answer, Josh Coburn, I don't think he'll be back. I know he's on loan, he's still a property, but I don't think he'll be back. Looks like we may need a keeper. Yeah, I agree with that, definitely. You need 3 goalkeepers. January, a left back wouldn't go amiss. We're lopsided. Teams know we're good going down the right in the main. The left's hitty missy. Yeah, so we're lopsided, but we need players. Morris hopefully comes back sooner rather than later. As I say, hopefully we don't lose anybody in January, and we add people in January. That would be the rubber stamp to say we mean business. We are serious about getting in the top 6. I don't think we'll be top 2, but top 6 we're good enough if we start getting our act together and get a bit of consistency and stop getting away cheap goals. I don't see any reason why we can't be top 6. But if we miss it in top 6, is it failure? Yeah, it is. Of course it is. We've got some good players. We score a lot of goals. So yeah, I think we're good enough for top 6. But we really need to get our act together now. And the next 3 games could define actually where we're going. Because the top boys are 11, 12, whatever points. Sunderland got beat the other day. But they're still ahead of us. There's 2 teams. We're 6, but Blackburn and Watford, I mentioned at the top of this. They're, if they win their games, which you have to win them, they would go above us. So we would, 47th or 8th. I think it's going to go to the wire. I think there's going to be 6, 7, 8 teams clamouring for 2 positions. As I say, Sheffield United, I think they're going to go up. Wilder's done it all before. We know that he get criticised here, but he's a wily old fox. He's not a mug. And he's proved it again. When he went there in the Premier, they get hammered, pumped every game. No changes. Some people gave him stick. He knew he was getting into this division. He knows all about it. He's been successful in it, and he's up there again. Leeds United, they won yesterday. They're going to be up there. They proved there's a gulf between us and Leeds, Ellen Road. So, but if you get in the playoffs, then it's a bit of a lottery, really, and we need to turn up. But I wouldn't like to play Burnley in the playoffs, dear me. That'd be 2 draws that go to penalties. It's a rash that appeared in his cheek, Colin Fryatt. So it's a rash. Whatever it is. As I say, you could cover it with a plaster and say that you cut yourself shaving or whatever. As I say, I look at it, I don't think anything. Michael Goody, hi Goody. Hi Benny. I think we were set up not to lose with them winning at Sheffield United. They were happy with a point. I found the game frustrating. We need a captain who is a leader. Probably Johnny Howson leads by example. Johnny Howson, without a doubt, leads by example. But Johnny Howson, know that when I watch, he doesn't look a vocal leader. I want somebody in our team who's going to give players a near bashing. I don't know if it's allowed in the modern game, the way society is. You shout at somebody, you be accused of bullying or whatever. But how about you, and giving them it. Point the finger. Rav used to do it to Mikael Beck, rightly or wrongly. I mean, Rav was outrageous at it. He used to always point the finger and get the sleeves over, come on you, and all this. Hammy, Gary Hamilton used to shout at me, get back you lazy Scottish, whatever, can't say it on here. And I would shout back, "You're a little ginger, Scottish, whatever." But that was healthy, because it wound me up, I wound Hammy up, and then we would get back on track. It's good to criticise your teammates and G. It's a form of G'ing them up. If they can't G themselves up, you need to do it. The coach can't do it, he's in the sidelines. You still get 30 minutes of the first half to play here. 15 minutes in, your mate's having a nightmare. You need to give him a jolt, give him a bit up the jacksy. But I don't see it. There's no leaders in Middlesbrough. I was with Archie Stevens yesterday, my first striking partner when I arrived in Teesside, and he says that. He says, "Ben, there's no leaders." He says, "How many leaders would we have?" Hammy was a definite one. Colin Cooper was a leader. Mowbray was a leader. Actually, so we had about 4 or 5 leaders out of 11 players. I wasn't a leader, I was trying to think of goals. I would have led that to other people, but we had leaders. Guys who would give you a rocket and give you a mouthful. Carrick's way of playing has killed the atmosphere on the ground. Slow, boring, tippy-tappy, mamby-pamby crap. I like the wording for Blackhead, I'm not offended with any words. Tippy-tappy, namby-pamby crap, with the end product being giving that position easy goals. Who's that from? The Blackbeard. So Blackbeard's, yeah, there was patches last night. They were guilty of it as well, getting the ball along. We didn't overdo it last night, so that was pleasing. But again, it was still slow and deliberate passing and going forward 3 and coming back. And I say, I did enjoy the game. I'm being honest, I did enjoy the game. Evening, folks. Glenn Kamara being touted as a potential signing for the Borough in January. This is from Steve Wright. Premier Club sniffing about, so not sure if we'll get him. He'd be a good signing though. Thoughts on that, Bernie? I've heard of him. I'd be lying and try to pretend I know a lot about him. I've heard of him. He's meant to be half decent. I heard there is Premier League clubs chasing him. If there is, then I don't think he'll be coming to us, do you? Premier League, obviously different league, more money, whatever. But I'm sure, well look, we've got a scouting system. Is it Kieran Scott? He's done pretty well this year, hasn't he? He brought some decent players in. So I'm sure he'll have his eye on the ball, but he has stayed, whoever he sees has to be sanctioned by the chief executive chairman. So I don't really relish his job either. I look at Kieran Scott sometimes and I think, it's a difficult job that. You know, you've got one of the key jobs, bringing in players for the coach. You're trying to get good players in to please the coach. But you can't overly please, because the guys above might pull the plug and say, no, we ain't getting him. How much? You're joking. So it's a difficult role. Carrick said Conway felt a tweak in his thigh and didn't want to risk carrying play. Honestly, I read a thing that somebody sent me a year or two ago, and it was players playing hundreds of games in succession. Crap pitches, no sports scientists, psychologists, dietitians, great football field, bowling greens. Nothing. We had absolutely nothing. And we played hundreds of games in succession. And the modern player gets a wee tweeting her out. I don't buy into it. We've had more injuries. The only one I've seen coming off, holding it when it really looked bad, was the goalkeeper, Saul Bryn. You know, Dale Fry, when he disappeared for a year, I don't know where he went. Hackney disappeared for 3 months last year. Don't really know what happened to him. As I say, they must be happening at training. They're not happening on Saturdays or midweek games. I don't see it. I watch every game. I don't see anybody limping off again. Years ago, you get stretchered off. I don't even see stretchers in the modern game now. He's got eczema, which is so we're still talking about Michael Carrick's, well, some people are. That's for Barbara. So there you are, eczema, yeah, that can be a skin complaint. Club sales like to laugh, we can kiss goodbye to the season. Carrick should fight to keep him. Well, Carrick signed a new contract last year. I don't know Carrick as a character. I don't know. Comes across as a cool and composed and a deep thinker and a nice guy. But if I was, and Carrick signed a new contract last year, didn't he? But if I was Carrick last year and I was in his shoes, which I'm not, but if I was, I'd be saying, look, before I sign the contract, you let Rodgers and co go, and you let Big Crooks go to America. We bowed to him. please don't let anybody go. Can we, before I sign it, can you promise me you won't sign anybody in January if we're in the top 6? And if they said, oh, well, there's no guarantees, I wouldn't sign it. But obviously, Carrick signed it. I don't know if he's been promised anything. Maybe he just went, oh, here, I'll sign it. But if I'm Michael Carrick and you let Latty Laugh go and you get me a dud to come in to replace him, or you don't get anybody to replace him and you just bite the money, that's not good to Man the Beast. It's not good to Carrick. It's not good to me as a Borough fan. It's not good to his teammates. Carrick will be thinking, dear me. And it's the biggest admission that we're going nowhere if we sell Latty Laugh. What's the rush to sell Latty Laugh? He's still, if he's worth 20 million in January, he'll still be worth 20 million in May. And we might be in the Premier League. See, some people still say to me, do you know what, Bernie, I don't think we want in the Premier League. People say that to me. And it gets me thinking, yeah, of course we do. Look at the money you get. But then there's a dark side that thinks, maybe they're right. Malcolm McDonald says this to me years ago about clubs. Some clubs don't want to get promotion. Because if you get promotion, you get millions of pounds. We know you spin-offs and all that. You get 200 million, whatever. You get all the television rights and all that. But you need to upgrade your stadium, you need to upgrade your staff, you need to get new carpets, you need to change lounges. There's loads. You need to buy better players, bigger players, to try and survive. And the majority that got are down the next season. So some people think, is it worth the hassle? Carrick won't say what he thinks in the press conference. He will say we've still got a good squad. Oh, Scott, 94, he says a month ago that he's got the best squad he's ever had since he came to Middlesbrough. Long gone are the days of the magic sponge, but that's what I mean, Stephen. Think about it. Use younger generation. Our day, clattered, lying in a heat. Guy would run on, wee bag with water, cold water and a sponge, and dab your leg, and you would get up and you'd be brand new and you'd be away. And these days, you don't see any tackles. They just don't play for 3 months. I'm not talking about Middlesbrough play. I'm talking about right on the board here. But we concentrate in Middlesbrough. Foz was there, seen him going to the main entrance. Scott, on the side of the gloves he had on, thought he was going to be playing in goal. So Foz was there, seen him going in the main entrance. On the side of the gloves he had on, thought he was going. So I think he's saying Foz, meaning Foz, who's a player. He gloves on because it's a cold night and he's insinuating maybe, yeah, the goalkeeper. Club sell Latty Laugh with Kiss. It doesn't necessarily mean we kiss it if we got a decent replacement, but the replacement has to hit the ground running. And settling in Teesside isn't easy. It took me a year. Now I'm only up the road. It depends on the mentality, how quick they're going to settle, how much we're going to spend. Are we going to get somebody on loan who might toss it off, or with guys on loan who don't give a damn? Lee Davis says it will cost more to replace Latty Laugh than we get for him. He offers not only goals but chases offenders and tackles back. If we sell, we lack ambition and won't go up. This time of year, you strengthen if you're chasing promotion, not sell. I agree totally, Lee. Start of the season, everybody, the noise for the club and everybody around about it was, we're going for promotion. Everybody says it. Everybody bought into it. We brought players in. We've got 28-man squad, massive squad. And we've all bought into it. Now, if you're going to take the air out the tyre, if you like, or the hype in January, then you're killing it. As I say, what's the rush? If he's worth 20 million January, he might be worth 30 million. If we'd have held on to Rodgers, we might have got triple the money the way that lad's turned out. He's been amazing, but still good business for us. Buy him for 3, sell him for 12, whatever it was. We quadrupled with money. That's great business. But it's not good for Carrick. It's not good for the team. It's not good for morale. It's not good for the fans. As I say, I don't know the financial structure of the club. I always say that, try and cover myself, because the money men know what goes on at a club. I don't know anything about it. I'm not privy to that. But we all must agree, if we let a Latty Laugh go and don't replace him, or replace him with a dud and a donkey, which we've had a few of them, some of them want to get a job in Redcar Beach. Some of the guys we've signed millions of pounds. I don't know who's responsible for some of them. Then it's an admission that we're going nowhere. And there's one guy who'll carry the can. It won't be the sports scientist or the director of football or the chairman or it'll be the coach. Need reinforcement, depth within the squad for the championship football. AJ Styles and Steve Wright says, like AJ said, we need to strengthen the depth with more quality. 4 or 5 players, just not good enough, Bernie. What's best, 20 million now or 200 million if you get in the Premier League? Daniel, this is what I say, Daniel. You know, I'm no mathematician. But as I say, Lucky Lad's valuation ain't going to go down the pan unless he gets a serious injury. Maybe they're thinking, oh, we can't afford it, he might get injured and we can't gamble. Well, life's a gamble. Hold on to him. Get us to the promised land. See you later. You've deserved your move, you've played your part, you're top scorer again. See you later. We've got 20 odd million for Lucky Lad, we've got 200 million into the Premier League. It's happy days, isn't it? I don't know what the rush is to get rid of them. In order to go up, we need a stable team. We don't have one. Well, Andrew, the only way you get a stable team, I mean, people are saying, oh, we've changed the team last night. What do you mean changed it last night? We change it all the time. Last night, something was forced. Van der Berg suspended, injury to the goalkeeper, Saul Bryn. But when everybody's fit, we still chop and change. I just think some coaches think they're wizards, can do what they want, change what they want. Mind Ranieri, the Tinker man at Leicester. He changed it he was one of the first to change. Every week he was changing it. Gave him his duty, he eventually won the Premier League, which was unbelievable, but there was a stage when he was having a bad time and he just kept chopping and changing. Dieng will never play for the Borough again. Head-butted. I heard just rumours though, Chris. He's got a smiling face now. Listen, don't buy into rumours. People will create whatever they want. I don't believe that for a minute. Dieng, I don't know where he is, what he is, if he's injured, if he's at the squad, if he's out of favour, I don't know. But if he is out of favour and he can't get in, if he's not in, I need to think about it, New Year's Day, if he's not in against Hull City, then possibly his days are numbered at the Borough. Is Foz injured? Again, Phil, I don't know. Foz was injured for God knows how long, came back a couple of games on the bench, played the... Never seen him again. Catherine and Brooks says, good point, Benny. It's put us in the playoff position. Need to stay in the top 6. Well, we are. The thing is, we've only won 1 game in 6 in the month of December. So that's not a good ratio. But we're still sitting pretty. We're still in the top 6. And then Blackburn's got a game in hand, as have Watford. Watford look as if the wheels are coming off. But they have to win them. And if they don't, we're still top 6. And we've got 3 games coming up against the bottom 4 clubs. Great opportunity to take maximum points and get right up amongst them. We cannot allow the gulf to get any greater. The top boys are starting to disappear. This is real business end now. Like another playing with 1 wing up the Borough, Jerry and Samantha Williams. Well, yeah, because we're lopsided and it's the right hand side, it's the creative side. Anyone seen Matty Hop? Has there been any stang lights in the Teesside skies? Wow. Hop, there's another one. Hop, come in. Hopped off, disappeared, fell down a hole, disappeared. The one who keeps getting me is Piero. Still think of Piero. Is he still a player? Where is he? In order to go up, we need a stable... Yeah, I mentioned that, sorry. Steve Daly says, if we did get into the Premiership, we are miles apart from top teams in this division, so we struggle against the big boys. Steve, try and answer me back before we finish. Do you want to go in the Premier League? And Borough fans, if you're watching this, do you want to... Seriously, do you want promotion? I do. Why? Because it gives more revenue to the football club. We'll get better players. We'll be against better teams. We'll get the biggest names in the country coming to the Riverside, coming to Teesside. It puts us on the map more worldwide. Boatloads of... Yeah, everything. But my mates, and I've got or acquaintances, I'm no mates. No, mates, I'll say, don't want in the top flight. We'll beat the majority. We want to win more than we're going to lose. What kind of attitude's that? Hope the players aren't thinking that. When I came to Middlesbrough, relegation, liquidation, bankrupt, promotion, wanted promotion next year. wanted to play in every league, wanted to play in the top flight, wanted to play against the best. Surely that, as a footballer, that is what you want to do. Surely as a fan, you want to see the top players coming here. Surely you want to see I was going to say Man City, they were lucky yesterday. Jamie Vardy, dear me. If he'd shooting boots, so Jamie Vardy would have scored about 3 yesterday. And City would have got 1-1 in about 13. The implosion against Sheffield Wednesday showed we need experienced leader in midfield, etc. Oh yeah, but the centre-backs, there's a bit of experience there, isn't there? Edmondson, he's experienced, isn't he? But yeah, a bit of experience doesn't go amiss all over. If we're veiling on the right experience, Howson Central experience, Edmondson's Heart of the Defence experience. I want promotion. This is for Scott 94. Full house almost every week. That's the other thing. Full house, great atmosphere. Seeing top players. I remember seeing Son of Spurs that season. Son of Spurs, sorry. We had in the Premier League. He ripped us apart, but I sat back in the maddest quality. If you're a footballing fan, you want to see your team pit their wits against the best players in the country. Definitely want promotion to those. This is for Stephen. Every team not in the Premiership should be aiming for that. It's called pride. It's called pride. It's called professionalism. It's called ambition. Of course you want to play against the best teams. And the thing, and I've been there. And when you play in the top flight and you get relegated like I did with Middlesbrough, because we didn't have a lot of money and we signed some duds. Don't forget, I talk about duds now, we had duds back then, believe me. When you get relegated, it's gut-wrenching. Because you're thinking, I'm in the real glamour league, the one that everybody focuses on. You're under the spotlight all the time. That was before social media. Imagine it now, man, it's tenfold now. That's where every player wants to play. Look, some players find a level. Some people move up, don't do it. Can't do it, not good enough to do it. When we went in under Karanka, Ben Gibson had a good first season in that top flight, but he was well shielded because he played a negative formation. Negredo, 10 minutes. Negredo, he done very well up front. He used to header his ball and chase it because we were so deep. And the goalkeeper, what was his name again? The foreigner. Anyway, they were a clique ahead behind the scenes, so it doesn't matter about his name. But 3 players performed. Everybody was saying, oh, going in the top flight, he's going to do it, he'll do it. And it turns out it was only 3 done it. Negredo, of course, had played for Man City and scored goals in a good Man City team, so he had experience, as did the goalkeeper. Just spotted you on just finishing my mince pies. So Leslie, you've just spotted while you're munching your mince pies, putting on another clem. The Borough did not want to score, never crossed the ball into the box when he had opportunities. Both teams just looked like happy and content just getting a draw. 99% of players around the world would love to play in the Premiership. Burnley, Constantopoulos, David Kelly. Try and get out the Deadwood squad to big ATM. They'd bring the likes of Doak just to get us where we need to be. I mean, there was even talk about Doak saying, but again, rumours, but the rumours are going to start now with January approaching, that Liverpool could sell him. You know, Doak rather. Yeah, I got what you meant, AJ. That Doak could, don't forget, he's on loan. Doak could get injured with us. Liverpool go back and have to treat him, touch wood, he isn't a kid, but Liverpool might be thinking, you know what, 4 or 5 players in the squad, get rid of them, 15, 20 million, whatever, get it, cash in. That'd be disaster. I mean, that would be my worst nightmare, and Carrick's and everybody at the football club, because we're not going to make money in Doak. It's not a property. He's not a property. But if Doak was to go and like that, dear me, that'd be a disaster. Chris Andrews says, I think this is a machine or computer, Bernie, that says if a player is injured or not, laugh out loud, too much tech. It is, Chris, but this is what happens. So we're focusing Middlesbrough. This is our team. Michael Carrick is a coach. Michael Carrick has got a director of football who will pick and choose players for him to coach and to pick and to play. But if you take the time, the sports scientists will go in with all the data and say, Michael, I've looked at the data, say Doak, yeah, 18, yeah, he blew up there, he's blew a gasket here, he's got a slight twinge here, advise you not to play him. And that's what happens in the modern game. Surely the common sense, there's too much information. Too much information is dangerous. And I think it's ruining the game. In my day, Bruce Rooke would come in and say, I seen you pulled up the other day. Are you alright for Saturday? Maybe the Thursday, well, I'll let you know tomorrow, boss. Friday comes. How are you? Tell you what, I'm up for it. I feel great, yeah. Going to go on a few runs, I'm right. You go with what the player tells you, know the data. Surely you know as a professional if you're ready and you're fit enough and you're ready to go. I've never heard any player, to be fair to any player at Middlesbrough or up and down the country, say they don't want to play. Players want to play. It's the boffins, we'll call them boffins. But as I say, the boffins won't get sacked. It's the coach who'll get sacked. Are you doing YouTube live after the whole game? It's kick-off. It's kick-off at 5:30 on Sky. Oh, is it another game on Sky? Thanks for letting me know. I will be doing it, so if it's 7:30 I'll be doing it, 7:30 to 8:30 I'll do it, Scott. Thanks for letting us know. As I say, I don't even know what blinking date is. Crackers. Leeds are the only club to be top going into the new year and failing to get promoted. Another stat for you. Colin Fry says, don't you think the scouting staff would have a backup plan if we've decided to sell Lighty Laugh? Well, that was what came out of the club. I mean, I don't believe anything or anybody. I'm one of them. The club, Lighty Laugh, was on his way out in the summer. Everybody had agreed, seemingly, reportedly. Lighty Laugh did not travel to the opening game. Then all of a sudden, Lighty Laugh travelled, he ended up on the bench, the deal fell through, and the club says because they didn't have a replacement. Well, if we've not got a replacement for Lighty Laugh, then Lighty Laugh should be going nowhere, because that was the reason we never sold them this summer. So, I'm sure that as I say, the lad Kieran Scott, who I don't know, I've seen him, I've never said hello to him, he's never acknowledged me, I've never acknowledged him. But we're certainly not pals, but his job is a difficult job as well, as I say, because he needs it sanctioned for the boys at the top. He could have the best eye for talent around, but he cannot go out and sign anybody and say, there you go, mate, we've brought in a great player. He has to get it sanctioned with the guys above. He's pig in the middle, if you like. Graham Addison says, if Belazer is a dead ball specialist, we get problems. Not good enough, simple. Yeah, he had a late free kick yesterday and Belazer took it, didn't he? Paul Runner says, I've heard that too, that the Martin Carrick's face was caused by Deng. Look, rumours are rife. We're a small town in Yorkshire, North East, and rumours are rife. Somebody can say anything about anybody and it snowballs and it goes into a different sphere. I don't buy into all that. I don't buy into it. It could be. The odds are it might not be, but tattle, you can't stop it, especially in the modern world, dear God. Everybody's got everything about everybody. Hull just beat Blackburn away. That's right, and Cardiff just won. It's strange how teams pick up wins before we're due to play them. Oh, Colin, don't be putting the jitters up me. And by the way, I've not read these, I apologise if I've run out of time. Of course I want promotion, this is for Leslie, but don't we have FA Cup games soon? No doubt the fickle fans will be happy to go out and say, oh, this does my head in. Now we can concentrate in the league. If you're one of the fans that say, get knocked out the cup early doors, we'll concentrate in the league. Absolute bull. It's spin. You've been led up the garden path. It's no bearing on the league. No bearing whatsoever. Look at Newcastle. 12th last week when they were playing in the cup. Was it Brentford they played? And I says it on here. And the coach kept the same team. In the league, in the cup, and I think again in the league. And he's now in the semi-final. That could have been us. We didn't abuse the competition and get walloped by Stoke City 5. Demoralising. Kids get blown apart with their kids. So it shows you that the backlog of kids aren't as great as people with the hype. We get done 5. Was it 5 or 6? Anyway, it was scary. But if you abuse competitions, you deserve to get put out your ass. And when you don't make it, we've been put out cup competitions for years early doors and still never made the Premier League. If you can't see the writing on the wall and what happens, it's a myth. You buy into it, you're getting brainwashed. Oh, we out the cups early doors, everybody does it, we'll do it. We're Middlesbrough, 150 years, won one trophy, and we've got the cheek and audacity to abuse it. Don't buy in there. Don't buy in there. It actually does my head in. Guzan or Valdez? It was Valdez, thanks. Yeah, Valdez was the keeper that done it in the Premier League. I heard he was a behind the scenes, he was one of the clique. Where are we? Craig Tutland says, want to keep Lighty laugh, but you also run the risk of him throwing his toys out the pram if he doesn't get his move and not being the same player and being no use to us for the rest of the season, which unfortunately can be the attitude of modern day player. It can be, Craig, but we've done it for years, haven't we, at Middlesbrough? Who was the lad? Who was the Spaniard? Come on, Spaniards. I don't know what day it is, as I say, it's really confusing, this festive period. But the Spanish lad who was the most expensive player in the world, he sat a year on the bench. 1 year on the bench. We never got rid of him, we just kept paying him, he just sat there, didn't give a flying. But because players want to go, it's bull. There's players want to go in the past, we've not let them go. And there's other guys that don't want to go, we'll let them go. The club cannot always dictate to the player, or clubs cannot always dictate to players. Players can dictate to clubs, depending on length of contract and whatever. But Matty last thrown his, well, if he's thrown his toys out the pram, this season he's been the best player for me. I think his attitude's been top drawer. He didn't get away. People were saying, oh, he wanted away, he's going to toss it off. He's got fire in his belly. He's up for every game. He chases lost causes. He's up there in the air despite not being that tall. He's been amazing. And he scored goals. I'd love to get to top flight, just don't want to end up like Ipswich. We did, when you look at Karanka, we won 4 games that season. We went 7.5, nearly 8 games without a goal. But that was Karanka. A Michael Carrick would be more refreshing and more, I wouldn't say gung-ho, but more attacking minded. We went gung-ho with that defence, we get battered. We wouldn't win a game. But I think with Michael Carrick would be more refreshing. You know, we played with Ravanelli, Janino, Emerson under Brian Robson. Defensively weren't great, got relegated, but what a season that was. Entertaining, exciting, same players every week, same positions every week. It was enjoyable to watch, just disastrous getting relegated with Leeds United at Ellen Road in the last day of the season. I always remember that day. I remember guys like Janino and Rav, and these are guys I admire, by the way. They're all shedding a tear and then they all bugger off. And nobody gives it, they say, oh, it's all right. They're ambitious. But when other guys are ambitious, we pick and choose who we support in that. Like, life's ambitious. Maybe he wants to play in the Premier League. Get pumped every week in the Premier, but we'll have a parachute payments to strengthen. So yeah, get up there. Yeah, so Steve's saying that. Gary Bickerstaff says, why not go for Ben Chilwell for some experience on the left-hand side? He's a good player. He also has the ability to cross the ball in. Came up with Solbrun and he's a fantastic keeper, Gary. Oh yeah, Chilwell, a fan of Chilwell's. Left side, yeah. You see, left-sided players a rarity. Right footers 10 a penny. Pleased with the game last night, though, given the injuries and third choice keeper, David Whittaker. Yeah, fair enough. You know, Saul Bryn, young Keita Glover coming in, no Dieng. Yeah, I thought we were a makeshift team, but this constant chopping and changing. You know, people saying, oh, it's chopped and changed. Forced tonight, it's unfortunate. No, we chop and change every game. As I say on here all the time, Matty Lafferty scored a hat-trick last night and could be out in New Year's Day. The common sense in society, let alone football, is going out the window. The gap between the teams that go up is getting bigger. Look at the league at the moment. The 3 that came down, if you went Goody, are probably the 3 teams that will go back up. Yeah, true. I'm glad that Tom Glover to get a game with our 2 main goalkeepers being injured, Andrew Hill. Yeah, good luck to Glover. You know, he's been thrown in at the deep end. But a novice, don't really know the kid. And he's just been thrown in there. Jones' form has dipped big time. He should learn from Doak. What do you think, Benny? Yeah, rather than take the huff, I don't know if he's took the huff, but obviously his confidence is dipped. And look, football and in life in general is a confidence thing. You know, Players like getting the plaudits and the accolades and the slap in the back and doing the business and everybody raving about them. When the wheels come off and they're replaced, it's not nice, I get it. But you go one or two ways, you shrink or you roll your sleeve up and say, come on, Doc, you were in for a game here. You know, you're a good player, but I'm as good as you, and I'm confident I'm as good as you, and I've proved I'm as good as you in the past. But he should be watching Doc and thinking, what Doc is now, see, people forget, I've watched Jones's every game, home and away. Jones was like Doc when he first came in the team. Maybe not as strong as Doc, but direct, fearless, tricky, creative, scored the odd goal. And then he was in a couple of years in the team, got the plaudits, and then the wheels come off, and then he was out in the cold, on the bench, in the stand, and he's never recovered. How would you feel if you're a contracted player and you've got a guy comes on loan, he's taking your place and pulling up trees and doing the business? You know, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with a point for the Borough against Hull on January the 1st. Andrew, you're joking. Hull City. I was with Dean Wind last Saturday. He says that Hull's going to go down. And he's a Hull fan. He played for Hull. I'd also give Law McCabe a chance to keep Hackney on his toes. Don't know a lot about the lad McCabe, but why not? Why not? Especially against the lesser teams. 3 out of the next 4 teams are bottom 4 that we're playing. Michelangelo, hi Michael. Borough 3-1 won New Year's Day at Hull. Great show, Bernard, as always. The best to you. Yeah, my Mendet was named. Thanks for that. I'm trying to rush because we're finishing. I don't think Lighty Laugh will be sold unless the offer is too good to turn down. But I trust the scouting staff. They did bring in, this if you call them right, they did bring in Lighty Laugh and Conway, and we'll have already looked for a replacement. Yeah, as I say, we can't criticise the recruitment. Yeah, there is players here and there, but we have brought in, as you say, Conway and Lighty Laugh. So, and we're finished. I've overshot the runway. Contract says, hopefully we can change all that for them. That's with David Whittaker. I'll read these, and this is definitely. We need more consistency. This is with Nobby. We need, is it Big Nobby or Wee Nobby? We need more consistency. We're up and down more than a Lady of the Night Sundays are. Colin says we have to finish top 6 or it will be failure. I agree with that. Dean says, do you think anyone will leave in January? Ben says that throughout. I believe one or two will go, and hopefully 1 or 2 comes in. Claire says, enjoyed last night in the Legends Lounge. Joel says, second half of the season, need more consistent and a settled team. Where are we here? Can we get Coleman back? I think we can, but why bring players back? They're not good originally. I know we've got injuries, but all the best 2025. Burnley, great show as always. Thanks, Gary. And obviously, have a great new year. Each and every one of you will be born in, it's 5:30 kickoff, 7:30. I'll be doing the live here. On New Year's Day. Hi Bernie, was in the lounge last night, enjoyed the young Olympic cyclist, Charlie Tanfield his name was, won an Olympic medal silver 2024 in Paris. He's won a few medals, a kid, lovely kid, film great eating. Carl says, still sitting pretty in the table after 24 games, yes, 6 in the table. As I say, Watford and Blackburn games in hand, but they need to win them. The next 3 league games, that is the one that could change it, the dynamics. Jack says, what did you make of the kick-off time last night at Wolfman? Farcical, no consideration for the fans. 8 o'clock on a Sunday night's a joke. And a lot of people didn't buy into it because there was gaps. Craig says, Dale Fry has done Wilson's returning. Bernie has that. Flem says, Hackney needs a rest. His passing at times is sloppy and inaccurate. Jojo says, January just round the corner and I'm concerned about departures. Lighty Laugh, Comey injured, Jones, etc. Tex says, I see Lighty Laugh agent was at West Ham training ground last week. As I say, that's his job. And there's other players done it in the past and been caught. Matty says, has our team improved and got greater during Carrick's tenure? The best season of Carrick going forward was his first season. First season was amazing. Same team every week, bar an injury. Brilliant up into the playoffs, and then the wheels come off. The football's still good, still entertaining, still exciting, but defensively we've never improved. If anything, we'll probably get worse. And that's it. So listen, thanks very much for good luck, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I'll say Happy New Year on New Year's Day. Yeah, and I'll be back after the Hull City game, hopefully raving about a victory and 3 points and still in that top 6. The longer we can stay in top 6, the better it is for everybody. Okay, up the Borough, cheers. Thank you.